CQ40, CQ40, this is Oscar November 7, Oscar Fox Fox calling CQ40, this is Oscar November 7, Oscar Foxtrot Foxtrot calling 40 and listening. CQDX 40 meters, calling CQ40, 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 CQ40 meter, calling CQ40, calling 40, calling 40 meter. CQDX, CQDX. This is Oscar November 7, Oscar Double Foxtrot calling. This is Oscar November 7, Oscar Foxtrot Foxtrot calling CQ40. This is Oscar November 7, Oscar Foxtrot Foxtrot calling CQ40 and listening. Over. CQ40, 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 calling CQDX 40 meters, calling CQ40, CQ40, CQ40. CQDX 40 meters, CQDX. This is Brussels, Belgium calling. This is Brussels, Belgium. This is Oscar November 7, Oscar Double Foxtrot calling. This is Oscar November 7, Oscar Foxtrot Foxtrot calling 40 meters, QRZBX, over. CQ40, 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 calling CQDX 40 meters, calling CQ40, CQ40, CQ40. CQDX 40 meters, calling CQ40. This is Oscar November 7, Oscar Foxtrot Foxtrot, calling 40. This is Oscar November 7, Oscar Foxtrot Foxtrot, calling 40 meters and listening for a call.
Italia Victor 3, Europa X-ray Whiskey.
Italy station, good evening. Go ahead. Come again with your call sign.
Okay. Oscar November 7, Oscar Foxtrot. Repeat my call. Italia Victor 3, Europa X-ray Whiskey.
Yeah, QSL, Italy Victor 3, Echo X-ray Whiskey. Very good evening, Walter, I think it must be. I think it must be Walter. This is Oscar November 7, Oscar Foxtrot Foxtrot. Oscar November 7, Oscar Fox Fox. My name is Kurt. I am Kurt Kilo Uniform Romeo Tango. My handle is Kurt Kilo Uniform Romeo Tango. Back to you, Italy Victor 3, Echo X-ray Whiskey. This is Oscar November 7, Oscar Foxtrot Foxtrot, over.
Okay. Oscar November 7, Oscar Foxtrot Foxtrot. Italia Victor 3, Europa X-ray Whiskey. Good evening, my friend. Buonasera. Lovely. Hey. Okay. To report 5757 to report in North Italy. Repeat my name, Walter my name. I spell Whiskey, Alpha, Lima, Tango, Echo Radio, Walter. QTS Department Udine, North Italy. Udine, Uniform, Delta, India, November, Echo, QSL.
Yeah, QSL there, Walter. Very good evening to you, Walter. No problems. Nice to copy you. I have you 5x9. 59 is your report, Walter. And Walter, I am also live on YouTube, so you can check on YouTube. If you go to my QRZ page, you click on the first picture on. You can actually get to my live stream. Okay, Walter. Nice copy from you. I'm very happy to hear some stations there. It was pretty quiet. I think maybe the A index is a little bit high. Okay, Walter, I hope you have a good copy. This is Oscar November 7, Oscar Fox Fox in Belgium, and the QTH is close to Brussels. I am about 15 kilometers, 5 kilometers southeast of Brussels. So not so far away from Brussels, the capital city. It's only about 25 to 30-minute drive from here to the city center of the city. Back to you, Walter. I hope you copy me well. Back to you. This is Oscar November 7, Oscar Fox Fox listening. Over.
7, Oscar Foxtrot, Italia Victor 3, is above your return. Okay, here is 106, don't speak English, correct. Right position, transceiver, Eco 765, 100 watts, 20 watts, antenna type. Okay?
Yeah, QSL, no problem, 100% copy there, Mr. Walter. I'm using the Kenwood TS480 transceiver, Tango Sierra 480 transceiver, and about 700 whiskies on the antenna with the 2 kilo Delta Classic by Henry. My receiver is a different device. I use the SDR Play. For my RX, okay? Antenna is just a simple dipole. I'm just using a simple dipole there. Back to you there, Walter. At Italy Victor 3 Echo X-ray Whiskey. This is Oscar November 7 Oscar Foxtrot, over.
Okay, very good session, okay. Thank you for contact, 73, ciao, arrivederci from Italy. Oscar Foxtrot, I3 il doppio. Ciao, thank you, 73.
Grazie mille por el contacto. Buonasera. Okay, very good evening, Walter. Talk to you soon again, and enjoy the DX, my friend. Bye-bye from Oscar November 7 Oscar Fox in Belgium. God bless you, and stay safe from the virus. Bye-bye, 73.
India 4, India Bravo.
73 QRZ, India Bravo.
Oh, India number 4, India Bravo.
Okay, Oscar Echo 4, India Bravo. I'm not sure about the prefix. Just give a little bit more time after I finish transmission, because I use a separate receiver, and there's a little lag between the RX and the TX. Back again there, India Bravo station, 4 India Bravo, question mark 4 India Bravo, from Oscar November 7, Oscar Fox, over.
Yeah, sure. The call, you have it almost correct. The prefix is Echo India from the Republic of Ireland. Echo India number 4, India Bravo. Lovely signal. You're 59 plus 25 to 30 dB here in the central part of Ireland. And my name is Nick, Norway, India Charlie Kilowatt, over.
Yeah, QSL, Nick. Thank you, Nick, for calling me. And I just want to point out that you are on the show. I'm also streaming my QSO on the internet. If you go to the QRZ page, click on the first picture, and then you can listen for yourself how you sound here in Belgium. No problem, Nicholas. Yeah, maybe maybe you might have heard me on the Southern Ireland network on the VHF and UHF, because I sometimes say hello to the people there in Ireland, Nicholas. Likewise, I have you 25 dB over 9. You're absolutely great signal in Brussels. No problems at all. The audio quality is also perfect. So no problems at all. Finally, the contest is over, so we have the frequency for ourselves again. I'm not such a contest guy, so most of the time when there's contest, I go and do some work, so I got some free time when the contest is over, HI. Back to you then, Nicholas, and just give me a little radio report if you don't mind. Echo India 4, India Bravo, from Oscar November 7, Oscar Fox, over.
Sorry, what was the name again, quickly?
My name is Kurt, like Kurt Cobain, Kurt. Kilo Uniform Romeo Tango, over.
Roger. Okay, Kurt, got it there, 100%. Yeah, I'm just on the webpage having a little look here at the moment, and you're sounding terrific into Central Ireland. You're 25 to 30 over 9, Kurt. I'm using a very simple setup here, an ICOM 775 GSP, 200 watts from the radio, and the antenna is a homebrew ground-mounted vertical antenna, Kurt, which I put up here in the last few weeks, and we're just doing some tests with it and so on and so forth. But certainly receiving you very, very well. Oscar Norway 7, Oscar Fox Fox from Echo India 4, India Bravo, over.
Yeah, QSL, 100% there, my friend Nick. No problem. I see it's Nicolas or Nick, I guess. Nicolas is when your wife is angry. That's when she calls you Nicolas, and probably when she is not angry, she calls you Nick. So I'll keep it safe. So I'll call you Nick there. No problem, Nick. Yeah, I'm also using a homemade bazooka vertical for this band. I planted right in the middle of my chicken coop. So I'll check tomorrow if the eggs will be fried or not. I made this antenna on a fishing rod, which is supposed to be a carbon fiber, but I have fiberglass, but this is a carbon fiber one. I had some problems to tune it down because, you know, the carbon fiber is also conductive, but finally made it work. I had to do some adjustments on the carbon fiber pole as well, so I think it's resonant now. And yeah, I planted in the chicken coop because it's like a greenhouse, and the greenhouse itself is completely covered with chicken wire and or chicken fence. And I planted the antenna right in the middle, so I use actually my chicken coop as the ground radials for this antenna. So and that's what I'm working. The antenna is very wide open, so I'm very fortunate with my location. On the transceiver, it's a Kenwood TS480. It's the simple 480 transceiver. I have some power. I've got about 800, 700 whiskies with the, no, sorry, I'm just checking. 600 whiskies with the 2 kilo Delta, classic by Hendry. You can see it on the live stream. That's where I put my hand on right now. And microphone is a C3 by Behringer. I'm splitting my RX and TX, so my receiver is just a simple SDR play. And when you look on the live stream, you will see that the live stream shows you actually the SDR console that is using the SDR play as a receiver. Sounding absolutely fantastic. Lovely to hear Ireland. I often speak to Echo India 2 Whiskey India. You might know Mr. Yu, Hotel India, sorry. It's Echo India 2 Hotel India. He's a very good friend of mine. And I sometimes come on the Irish network there on the VHF and UHF. Back to you there, Nick. Echo India 4, India Bravo, Oscar November 7, Oscar Fox Fox, over.
QSL, I can see that you've got a beautiful microphone there. I wonder what that is, Kurt, but it sounds fantastic over here. I'm just using the original hand microphone with the ICOM here, the HM36 with a slight modification, which I done a couple of years ago. I picked up this radio second-hand about 5 or 6 years ago. Of course, it came out way back in the 80s, but anyhow, I do like this transceiver quite a lot. The only thing is I don't have 6-meter capability, you know, but maybe sometime we'll get a new radio also with 6-meter capability to work the sporadic E-propagation in the summertime. All right, Kurt, I'm going to go and let you work a few more stations. I'm going to enjoy my cup of tea here. Nice to work you for the first time. And your antennas are doing a great job over here. You never know, you might even have a bit of DX around this time of evening. I have worked some DX around this time of evening. And sometimes I get lucky with some propagation into Pacific and also JA, so you never know what's going to crop up there. So I'll let you go there and work a few more stations. Thank you very much, Kurt. Really enjoyed it. By the way, I don't know the other Echo India station. You know how it is, there's so many. But anyhow, back to you, Kurt, for the final. Oscar Noah 7, Oscar Fox Fox from Echo India 4, India Bravo. Thank you very much.
Okay, Echo India 4, India Bravo, Oscar November 7, Oscar Fox Fox. Yeah, I know it's a big world, and for us, Ireland seems small, but it's like 10 times bigger than this small country. So I can imagine it's nearly impossible to know everybody that is walking around there on the radio. That's on the radio for sure. Okay, pleasure is absolutely mine. Thank you so much for the QSO. I really appreciate. You have a very good and wonderful day, and I hope I can talk to you soon again there, Nick. Echo India 4, India Bravo from Oscar November 7, Oscar Fox Fox, and anytime you can review the QSO, it will be uploaded to the the live stream will be uploaded automatically to the YouTube channel. 73's Nick, take care, and hopefully we can make more contacts in the future. If I don't hear you here, probably on other bands, or maybe even when I go through the Irish network there, the VHF, UHF network. 73's, God bless. Echo India 4, India Bravo. This is ON7OFF here in Brussels. Over.
Okay, best 73s to you there, Kurt, and yeah, for sure, if I hear you there on the band, I'll call in again from time to time. Maybe next time we'll work you on a different band, perhaps. All the best for the moment, Kurt. Really enjoyed the chat. Oscar Nova 7, Oscar Fox Fox. This is Echo India 4, India Bravo, off and clear. 73, have fun, Kurt. Bye-bye now, thank you.
You have fun too, 73s, and stay away of something like a virus going around. You take care, bye-bye. Any other stations? This is Oscar November 7, Oscar Fox Fox, ON7OFF. It's like on-off with number 7 between on and off. Over.
Radio Delta 3 Alpha Charlie. Radio Denmark 3 Alpha Charlie.
Yeah, okay. I got Radio Delta 3 Alpha Charlie. Radio Delta 3 Alpha Charlie. Trying to figure out your name. Good evening to you there. Radio Delta 3 this is Oscar November 7, Oscar Foxtrot Foxtrot. Give me your name. It's not in the QRZ.com page, so I'm a little bit blind here. Go ahead there. Radio Delta 3 Alpha Charlie from ON7OFF. Over.
Oscar November 7, Oscar Foxtrot Foxtrot. Radio Delta 3 Alpha Charlie. Very good feeling. My dear friends, it's good to thank you. And for all your report is 5 and 9. Very good, very strong signal. Receive your Moscow and my friend Sierra Lima Alpha Victor Alpha QSL.
Yeah, okay. Sierra Lima Alpha Victor Alpha Slava. Okay, QSL Slava. No problem there, my friend. Radio Delta 3 Alpha Charlie. Slava, I'm also online, so if you have a QRZ page, search for my call sign and click on the first picture. It will kick off the live stream, so you can also listen to yourself on YouTube, so you are on the show. I hope you understand, because language barrier sometimes is a problem with Russia. I hope everything is okay with you. Where is your location, Slava? What is your QTH? Do you have any locator? Can you give me the locator if you have information about your locator? Radio Delta 3 Alpha Charlie from Oscar November 7, Oscar Foxtrot Foxtrot. Over.
Thank you very much. Very nice information. And my information for my call is Hamlock, and yes, my call Radio Delta 3 Alpha Charlie, and information for me. And thank you very much. And my QTH is Moscow, capital city Russia, and hi. And location from Moscow. Please microphone to you, Kurt. Oscar November 7, Oscar Foxtrot Foxtrot, Radio Delta 3 Alpha Charlie.
Okay, QSL on Hemlock Lokov, no problem. Thank you, Slava. Thank you for the QSO. I really appreciate. You have a very good evening. And if you hear my call sign, no problem, you give me a shout. Radio Delta 3 Alpha Charlie from Oscar November 7, Oscar Double Foxtrot here in Brussels, going clear with you. Thank you, good evening.
And 100% to you, and 7 to 3, good luck, good year. And very many good cheerio, of course. Oscar November 7, Oscar Foxtrot. Radio Delta 3 Alpha Charlie. Bye-bye, до свидания, Kurt.
До свидания, good evening, and spasiba for the contact. Bye-bye, 73. Okay, QRZ, this is Oscar November 7, Oscar Foxtrot Foxtrot, ON7OFF. We're listening for any callers. United Romeo 5, give me the full call. United Radio 5, I didn't get the full call. Go ahead with the full call, over. United Radio 5 Sugar and question mark. One more time, sorry. Repeat one more time your suffix, over. Okay, QSL, okay, I got Uniform Romeo 5, Sierra Romeo November. I think it must be Roman. If the database is correct. Very good evening to you there, Roman. This is Oscar November 7, Oscar Foxtrot. The operator name is Kurt. Kilo Uniform Romeo Tango. My name is Kurt. Kilo Uniform Romeo Tango. QTH is Brussels. I'm here in Belgium, close to the capital city. United Radio 5, Sierra Romeo November from Oscar November 7, Oscar Double Foxtrot, over.
Signal by station 555 and 57 and QRL. Is deine Seite QRZ.com. Du hast schöne Fragen aus Indonesien und
Yeah, QSL. A little bit difficult, but yeah, we copy, no problems. And 100% copy there, Roman, no problem. Very, very good to hear you speaking a little bit of German. I can understand and speak German as well. Ich kann auch ein bisschen Deutsch sprechen, kein Problem. So I think maybe you work in Germany before, or you learned German in school. Back to you there, Roman, over. Yeah, okay, QSL. I had some pieces that I lost because of my software. Was a little bit slow. No problem. I'm using about 500, 400, 500 whiskeys with the amplifier on a vertical antenna. I'm using just a vertical homemade bazooka antenna, and I'm currently using the Kenwood TS480 on the transceiver, and the SDR Play is my receiver. And the amplifier is a Henry 2 Kilo Delta Classic QSL Roman, United Romeo 5, Sierra Romeo November from ON7OFF, over. Yeah, Roman, I'm sorry, something went wrong over here. I pushed on the wrong buttons. I think you're still around, Roman. Over. Thank you very much, Roman. No problem. And thank you for calling in. Dankeschön für dieses Kontakt. Einen sehr guten Abend von Belgien. Very good evening from Belgium. 73, my friend, and God bless you. Have a very good night, and talk to you soon again, maybe on other bands. Radio Alpha 3, Uniform Romeo 5, Sierra Romeo November from Oscar November 7, Oscar Fox. A very good evening. Over. 73, bye-bye.
Sugar, Mexico, 2 sugar.
2 sugar, question mark, 2 sugar, come again.
Mexico, 2 sugar.
The Two Sugar Station, I didn't get the prefix, so I was waiting for you to repeat. Can you repeat your call sign 2 more times, over?
Roger, roger. The call is Sugar Mike 2 Sugar, Sierra Mexico 2 Sierra, QSL.
Yeah, okay, Sierra Mexico 2 Sierra. Very good evening to you there in Sweden, Carl. Very good to hear Sweden on 40 meters. Not very often we hear you guys. Thank you for being also on the show, because I'm also live on YouTube there, Carl. The name here is Kurt Kilo Uniform Romeo Tango. The name is Kurt, and I think your name maybe is Carl or Kari, according the database I have here. Maybe it's not up to date. Back to you there. Sierra Mike 2 Sierra. This is Oscar November 7, Oscar Foxtrot in Brussels, over.
QSL ON7OFF, SM2F returning. Yeah, the name is Kari, Kilo Alpha Radio India. Located on an island, reference Echo Uniform 139, Cisco Island, and the locator is Kilo Papa 15 United Radio.
Okay, yeah, I'm just looking at your QTH. You're all up in the north. You are all up in the north. You must be a werewolf there, up there in the north. I think must be a very cold but beautiful region. I'll dig into it. You know, I think it's a good thing to have the radio. At least you have a window to the world from where you are, Kari. Fantastic, mate. I'm just looking here on my smartphone where you are, so I can see the island where you are. So that's fantastic. Beautiful, beautiful to see that you are coming here on this band as well. We don't hear much from Sweden at least not on 40 meters. Most of the time we have Germany and the Asian countries, and sometimes the propagation sometimes open up with the greyline to the other side of the big spaceship we're all on. Fantastic place there where you are. I'll check later how it looks like. I'm really wondering what is the population on the island. Back to you there, sir. Oscar November 7, Oscar Foxtrot, returning to Sierra Mike 2 Sierra. Over.
Yeah, no problems at all there. Yeah, the island is up in the north of Gulf of Bothnia, and I can only 2 meters to the border of Finland. The inhabitants of the island, we live about 500 people here on the island throughout the year, but in summertime, there are a lot of people who own some summer house here, so we grow a little bit. We will walk to a couple of thousand people on the island. Yeah, so the WX at the moment, yesterday we had 10 centimeters of snow on the ground, but today it's 9 degrees plus, so there's
Yeah, QSL, 100%. Wow, that's fantastic, Kari. Yeah, so is it more like a touristic place? So you get the snow already. You just, I hope you have an enjoyable time in the snow, but do you have many tourists? Is this more or less a touristic area? Because I can see there are road connections to your island, so I guess these are bridges that go to your island. So at least you have a connection from the mainland. Back to you there, Kari, over.
Yeah, QSL on that one. Well, the island is not that much expired, so we don't have a lot of tourists, but some tourists dropped in here in the summertime, and yeah, we got some bridge connection to the mainland. QSL.
Yeah, QSL. You have any idea, Kari, how many people are living in this on your island? Have you got any idea? And how about the coronavirus? You are far away from civilization, if I can call it that way. So maybe you get spared from everything what's going on this planet at the moment, there, Kari. I'm just wondering there, Sierra Mike 2 Sierra from ON7 Oscar Fox, over.
Yeah, QSL the church, yeah. Well, we are about 500 people on the island. And there's no corona here on the island, and not that much
Yeah, QSL. Is this your? Is this the place you've always been living? You arrive on this island because you were born there, or you just moved to this island? I'm just wondering, because I always wonder what people are doing on these islands for a living, you know. So because if you are in a very remote area like yourself, I'm always wondering how people survive and what they're doing for a living there. Sorry for my curiosity, but you know, for me it's like traveling with my mind and trying to understand and figure out some stuff on what's going on in the world. And for me, this is the window to the world, is my radio there. Back to you there, Kari. Sierra Mike 2 Sierra from ON7OFF. Over.
Yeah. Well, myself, I do work on the mainland, but I work as chimney sweep, so I travel a lot in our community, and but I mean that's not too far away from city. Against the border. So we got a big sawmill over here on this end. Not that much workers at the moment. Probably 20 people, but they're going to expand. So. Hopefully there will be around 50 people working here on the sawmill next year, QSL?
Yeah, QSL 100% there, Carly, sorry. QSL 100%. Wow, that's fantastic. Yeah, I'm located close to Brussels, so we're very close, and we depend mainly from the activity that is happening in the city of Brussels or around Brussels. We've got the European community located in Brussels. We've got the NATO. So there is a lot of economy around these two things, these two instances. And myself, just to give you an idea what I do, Kari, I'm a perfumer. I design perfumes. And I design them, I brand them also, and I make them also for brand names. And I mainly sell my fragrances on a handicraft market that happens mainly in Brussels. But you know, it's a touristic market, so it's a little bit of a tricky one at the moment with what's going on right now, because the tourist sector is really affected a lot by what's going on with the coronavirus. So there's mainly no tourists. There's basically no tourists anymore. Everything is shut down. But I still continue to do what I'm doing because customers are used to see me, and I am actually doing this already for more than I think it's 20 years I'm doing this business. I hope you copy there. Back to you, Kari. Sierra Mike 2 Sierra from Oscar November 7 Oscar Fox over.
QSL says no problems at all. Yeah, I picked you up on the viewers at the comment, and I see you standing there in the handcraft market in Brussels, and I understood that was some perfume which you make and sell over there. Yeah, well, I work as a chimney sweep. You know, I go to people and clean their fireplaces. QSL.
Yeah, QSL. You know, here in Belgium, I don't know if it's the case in Sweden, because here in Belgium, what happens now these days is that they try to get rid of chimneys and combustion. So maybe in the future, I'm not sure if that's going to be the case, but maybe in the future they will actually prohibit also the use of wood fire here in Belgium. So, or you need to have a big filter on your chimney before you can eventually use your wood fire. So it becomes more complex every year that passes by. It becomes more complex, and for us, you know, for me and myself and my family, we have always been using our firewood and stove, the fire stove for, you know, since I was a kid. So if they prohibit the use of the fire stove or the wood stove, it would have an impact on the family in the sense that, you know, it's always, I would say it's always something that makes it cozy inside the home. So I hope, you know, it won't happen where you are, but yeah, here it gets a problem. But of course, yeah, you have also the chimney of all the other, gas combustion stuff or heaters, etc. So, But yeah, I don't know how is it down your way, but here it becomes more and more difficult just to use a simple stove or a wood stove. So it's crazy. Back to you there, Carrie. Sierra Mike 2 Sierra from Oscar Nancy 7 Oscar Fox Fox.
Yeah, but we still got work to do up here, so hopefully it will continue for a little while because and retire, go back and just chill and play some radio. But I got some more years to go, 10 years or so, but we'll be. Anyway, the curve. Signal report, by the way, you're about 57 into Sesco Island, yourself?
I get you 5 and 4 dB over 9 on the last transmission when you were giving me my signal report. I was just checking, and I saw you up to 5 dB over 9. So you're sounding absolutely fantastic. No QRM at all at the moment. A little bit of a carrier from maybe somebody who is tuning his amplifier. I don't know. But basically it's working fine for you. I'm not sure if you are operating often on 40 meters. I'm just using a dipole. I got my license about 2.5 months ago. I was operating on 11 meters for 33 years. But thanks to the lockdown, I took the opportunity to actually use the lockdown to learn for my ticket. If we wouldn't have had a lockdown, I probably wouldn't be here talking with you there, mate. So at least it made a little bit of a sense for me. So it's not a whole lost cause there, for sure, Kari. But that's the story over here. I'm using about 600 whiskies into a into a vertical antenna for 40 meters. I've got many dipoles for the other bands. But for 40 meters, I have a homebrew bazooka antenna. I planted the antenna in the middle of my chicken coop, so tomorrow morning if I have fried eggs, it means that something was wrong with my antenna, HI. So that's the story there, Carrie. Sierra Mike 2 Sierra from Oscar November 7, Oscar Foxtrot, over.
Yeah, QSL on that one, Kurt. Yeah, but you're doing just fine, and the frequency is clear, so there's no problem to copy you at all. I'm running here approximately 1.5 kW into a vertical antenna, and I'm using the Kenwood TS990 transceiver. Okay, then Kurt, I won't hold you anymore, and thanks again for a lovely chat there, and I look forward to meeting you. Maybe on some other times, if I hear you, I'll give you a call. All the very best, and stay safe and stay healthy. Thanks for the QSO. ON7OFF, SM2F starting off and clear, 73, so thank you.
Okay, QSL, I'll check on Google Street View after I finish being on the radio how everything looks down your way. I'm really wondering, it's always a surprise to me. I'm traveling that way as well. Kari, you have a very fantastic evening. Enjoy the radio. And if you hear my voice, give me a shout. I would really appreciate. And your station with the vertical and 1.5 kW is doing absolutely fantastic. You're sounding great here in Brussels without a problem. The audio report is also Q5. Very good evening, Kari, and talk to you soon again. Sierra Mike 2 Sierra. This is Oscar November 7, Oscar Foxtrot here in Brussels, waving a hand. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Yep, hey.
QRZ, this is Oscar November 7, Oscar Double Foxtrot. This is Brussels, Belgium, Europe calling. Echo Kilo 1, Kilo Whiskey, I think. Is that correct? Over. Okay, I think it is Echo question mark. Is it Echo India 1 Kilo Whiskey? I'm not sure. Just repeat the call. I'm sorry, mate. Over. Okay, negative contact. QRZ. This is Oscar November 7, Oscar Fox. CQ40, CQ40, this is Oscar November 7, Oscar Double Foxtrot calling CQ40. This is Oscar November 7, Oscar Double Foxtrot calling 40 meters and stand by. Over.
Florida 6 Echo Hotel Papa.
Florida 6 again?
Foxtrot 6 Echo Hotel Papa.
Ok, bonsoir. Florida 6 Echo Hotel Papa. Une très bonne soirée. Je pense que vous parliez bien français. Pascal, si je ne me trompe pas, ici la station Oscar Novembre 7, Oscar Double Fox. Le prénom d'opérateur est Kurt. Kilo uniforme Romeo Tango et je suis à plus ou moins une vingtaine de kilomètres dans le sud de Bruxelles. Vous passez très très fort ici sur Bruxelles, il n'y a aucun problème. Foxtrot 6, Echo Hotel Papa, Oscar Novembre 7, Oscar Double Fox.
Ok, Kurt, sans problème. ON7, Oscar Fox Fox, Florida 6 Echo Hotel Papa. Bah, c'est pareil ici, s'il allait très fort, hein, 5-9 plus, vraiment très confortable. Ça marche bien, le prénom est bien Pascal, et le QTH en Bretagne, à côté de Roscoff, sur les bords de la Manche. Voilà, où il fait un temps tout à fait médiocre avec du vent, un peu de pluie de temps à autre. Bah, c'est la saison qui veut ça, et le pays également. ON7, Oscar Fox Fox, Florida 6 Echo Hotel Papa.
Oui, QSL Pascal, F6 et HP, ON7OFF, pas de problème. Je suis d'ailleurs, merci pour être sur le show. Je suis live actuellement aussi sur YouTube. Vous pouvez vérifier votre signal aussi sur YouTube. Il suffit de cliquer sur le premier image qui est sur la page de qrz.com ou bien de chercher mon QRZ sur YouTube même. Pas de problème Pascal, ça passe très bien, excellent signal. Je vais faire vérifier ici le signal que tu passes, mais je pense que c'est dans le rouge, c'est certain, hein, pas de problème. Oui, effectivement, c'est pas génial actuellement la météo, hein, ici actuellement. Il a commencé à devenir beaucoup plus froid et hier il faisait encore une bonne quinzaine de degrés, là aujourd'hui il faisait 12 degrés, donc ça commence à chuter. Hein. L'hiver est tout près, donc voilà, on est déjà novembre presque, et en général ici à Bruxelles, de toute façon c'est comme ça, chaque fois que c'est le 1er novembre, et on doit apporter des fleurs, le jour après il gèle, donc c'est très typique ici en Belgique, les fleurs ils seront fanées très vite donc à cause du froid, hein. Pas de problème Pascal. Ça passe très bien, excellent. Je suis ici avec un Kenwood TS 480 au niveau du TX. Plus ou moins 600 watts avec le 2 kg Delta classique de Henry. Et au niveau du RX, c'est un SDR Play avec SDR Console, c'est ce que vous voyez en fait dans le live stream. Et le micro, c'est un Behringer C3 qui fonctionne très bien avec cet appareil ici. L'antenne, c'est une dipole, simplement une dipole que j'ai plantée dans l'arbre ici un peu plus loin. Comme ça... ça reste bien debout et tant que l'arbre est encore debout, ça passe. Hein. Donc voilà. À toi le micro Pascal, Fox 6 Echo Hotel Papa, ON 7 Oscar Double Fox.
Ok, à 100% Kurt. Oui, je regarde la vidéo là il va y avoir un peu de latence, sans doute une dizaine de secondes je pense, puisque je te vois encore parler. 6 HP de retour. Ok pour la station. Bah, ici j'ai une centaine de watts. L'antenne est à 800 mètres du micro, hein, je suis en remote. J'ai une liaison Wi-Fi de 200 mégabits là entre les deux bâtiments. Avec un ASDR maison. Voilà, je pense que là maintenant je dois voir mon signal sur ton appareil là. Voilà, je vois que tu as relâché le micro sur la vidéo, oui, il y a bien 10-12 secondes de latence, c'est tout à fait normal avec YouTube, c'est toujours comme ça. Ok Kurt, donc centaine de watts, un dipôle à 10 mètres du sol, et donc une liaison Wi-Fi entre la station locale où je parle et la station déportée, qui n'est pas très loin, elle est à 800 mètres d'ici, voilà. Merci de bon contact, Kurt, je souhaite une bonne soirée et puis à bientôt dans d'aussi bonnes conditions. OL7, Oscar Fox Fox, Florida 6 Echo Hotel Papa.
Ok. Florida 6, Echo Hotel Papa, pas de problème, ça passe dans des super bonnes conditions avec les 100 watts. Hein. Si vous êtes en remote, juste une petite question, vous êtes à quelle distance plus ou moins du TX? C'est juste une autre pièce ou c'est vraiment quand même une distance qui est plus importante à toi le micro, Pascal?
Kurt, il y a deux bâtiments, je suis à 800 mètres. Hein. Je suis à 800 mètres et j'ai une liaison Wi-Fi avec deux Ubiquiti, deux paraboles qui se regardent et qui se voient. Voilà, donc j'ai à peu près 200 mégabits de bande passante, ce qui fait que le logiciel est directement connecté sur l'FPGA. C'est exactement comme si le SDR était à côté de moi. Hein. C'est aussi bon, il n'y a pas de différence. La liaison Wi-Fi est probablement meilleure que certaines liaisons filaires. ON7 Oscar Fox Fox, Florida 6 Echo Hotel Papa.
Oui, ok, ben ça passe vraiment bien et je dois dire que même effectivement au niveau de l'audio, l'audio est très très bien, hein, donc je ne pourrais même pas deviner ou dire que tu es en remote et ça peut être intéressant, hein, donc si jamais tu vas quelque part à l'étranger, ben tu peux toujours le faire en remote. J'avais fait la même chose. Il y a un bon bout de temps, j'avais en fait interconnecté Zello. Je ne sais pas si tu connais l'application Zello avec mon TX. Et j'étais même une fois en avion, j'avais internet dans l'avion et j'étais aeronautical mobile, hein, donc mobile, à partir de l'avion par l'internet qu'il distribuait en fait ou qu'il donnait dans l'avion. Hein. Merci Pascal pour le petit QSO, ça me fait un grand plaisir d'entendre la France. Je te souhaite une très très bonne soirée, bonne continuation et comme la distance elle est loin de ton chac, reste aussi à une bonne distance de ce virus là qui fait le tour là. 73 à la prochaine, Fox 6 Echo Hotel Papa, ici Oscar Novembre 7, Oscar double Fox en Belgique, bonne soirée.
Ok, Kurt, 100%, ON7, Oscar Fox Fox, F6 EHP. Oui, je peux activer cette station évidemment depuis un hôtel, enfin depuis une ligne distante, mais comme je le fais avec des moyens purement amateurs, c'est pas très facile, c'est pas toujours de bonne qualité. Allez, bye bye, ciao, 73, Kenavo, Kurt, à une prochaine fois. ON7, Oscar Fox Fox, Florida 6, Echo Hotel Papa, bye bye.
Oui, bye bye, pas de problème. Et regarde une fois la petite application là qui s'appelle Zello, Zulu Echo Lima Lima Oscar. La qualité audio elle est vraiment vraiment très très bien pour faire du remote et c'est aussi du système un peu comme la radio. Hein. Allez, à la prochaine, Pascal. À la prochaine, merci 73.
Ok, merci Kurt, je vais regarder ça. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Let me call first someone who is waiting and in the chat box. Hello, Mike. 2 Echo 0 India Tango Lima. I'm giving a call out to you. Hopefully, we can copy me there. 2 Echo 0 India Tango Lima. Go ahead. Over.
This is 2 Echo 0 India Tango Lima to Oscar November 7 Oscar Foxtrot Foxtrot. 7, 5 and 8 here in London.
Yeah, QSL. Okay, you're in London there, Mike. Very good evening, and thanks for being on the chat also and being on the live stream. I really appreciate you sounding absolutely fantastic. No problems at all with your station there, Mike. Only 10 whiskeys and you're making the trip, you know, it's fantastic, you know, you can even go down with the power. I'm using slightly more power, I'm using 600 watts there, Mike, so there must be like maybe 3 or 4 S points of difference there, mate, over.
I'm using a Chinese Xiyu G90 transmitter here, and the antenna is the BCV6 antenna. My PPH is in the edge of Alexandra Palace. It's the home of the British Broadcasting TV. If you look on my QRZ page, you will see a picture of it. So, yeah, I've only recently qualified in the summer during lockdown. So it's been quite an exciting time, and yesterday, of course, it was a CQW's quite an intense and exciting experience. Back to you, Oscar November 7 Oscar Foxtrot 2 SA 0 India Tango Lima.
Yeah, QSL 100%. Yeah, I see you're using the Xiego G90, right? So that's what you tell me. But that's a fantastic radio. I saw a friend of mine. He was using the same radio, and I must say that the radio is very, very good. It has, for this price category and for the price, it's absolutely a must. I must confess, I was really surprised when I first saw the radio. What I really like about the radio is the receive. The RX is very clear and very quiet. So I think it has a very good filtering for the RX. Absolutely fantastic radio. The only thing that was a little bit annoying is that there is no automatic volume control, in the sense that when you have a strong station, the audio seems to be or tend to be too strong, and when the station is weak, then you have to adjust the volume control all the time, just in function that the receive signal is coming in. But maybe they can solve this issue with a software update. But it sounds absolutely fantastic, Mike, I must confess. And I heard a few stations using the radio, and when you've got the appropriate microphone, you can do some nice audio there. Back to you there, Mike. 2 Echo 0 India Tango Lima from Oscar November 7 Oscar Double Foxtrot. Over.
2 Echo 0 India Tango Lima. Yeah, you're quite right. This radio is excellent for the price. I will probably purchase item 300 or similar when I get my full license upgrade, hopefully next month, so I can run then. Probably would move to 100 watts, but this has been excellent. I've worked all over Europe on it, as far as all across Europe and the other way, and it's just been an amazing experience. Yes, the audio is very good. Yeah, the AGC has definitely improved with the latest firmware update, so if anyone hasn't done that, I would strongly recommend the firmware update. That definitely helps. But the front end got absolutely swamped over the weekend with the Sun City. Our friends, the Italian stations, so that's where I think it just doesn't have quite the dynamic range probably of some of the other brands. But for €300-400, you can't really expect good value from them. So yeah, thank you very much. So I will let you go talk to some other contacts and say 73 from 2 Echo 0 India Tango.
Yeah, QSL 100% there, Mike, no problem, yeah. I think one thing that it also lacks is FM, Foxtrot, Mike. That's one thing that I think is also lacking on the radio, but I think there is a module you can get, and you can at that moment add this feature. I'm not sure, but that's what I heard from my friend who bought this radio. Fantastic. Just one question, Mike. When did you get your license? Because I think you're also pretty new on the handbands, if I'm not mistaken, Mike. Is that correct? Over.
Yeah, that's correct. So I got my foundation license in about May, I think it was, and then it was about July I got the intermediate license. So I'm quite new, but I used to be involved in radio 40 years ago, so everything is new to me. Some of it when I work in electronics, so it's all reasonably familiar, so it's good, but so much to learn now, and it's a fascinating project. It's going to be great fun over the winter. I think in the darker months, spend some time. It'll be really good to do transatlantic and some great new experiences. So, and you're right, there is FM is on the latest firmware update, and they are doing a waterfall device called a G-Fox, which will enable all these new facilities. So, you are really rolling out new updates and new stuff. So it's going to see how they will push against the big guys, the A2 and the icons of this world. Over.
Yeah, QSL, no problem, Mike. Absolutely fantastic. And yeah, it's an entire new experience. I relate to that. Mike, I have been on the radio for 33 years, but I was hanging around only on 11 meters. And it's only when I got the time during the lockdown that I was able to learn for my ticket. Now, things are a little bit different here in Belgium. You can go for any ticket anytime. You know, so you can do your ticket anytime, and you can choose which tickets you want to go for. And I went straight for the Class A ticket, so I could not do the other tickets because everything was shut down. For the Class A ticket, I didn't go to any class because during the lockdown everything was locked down, and I learned it all by myself during the lockdown period. And I'm very happy I did, because you know, now I can be active on all the handbands, so I've got all the freedom there. Okay, thanks a lot for the cue. So Mike, I see there's a couple of more stations now on the live stream as well, and I'll probably just pass microphone over to these guys. It's a pleasure to make the acquaintance, Mike. Subscribe to the channel. Next time I'm online, you can follow them and give me another shout. I do this live stream on a regular basis when, you know, I want to meet up with some older friends. And it's another way, you know, it adds something more to the radio, is having also the camera. Just by the way, on the working conditions here, I'll give you a quickly run through. I'm using the the TS480 on the transceiver with a amplifier from Henry, the 2 kilo Delta Classic. That's what you see right here, where my hand goes on. And the receiver is the SDR Play, and the receiving software is the SDR Console, which is, I think, my favorite SDR application that you can use together with the SDR Play. It's a fantastic, phenomenal, very good application, I think. And I can also synchronize actually my SDR Play with my radio. So when I go into TX, I have a little switch that will actually make a short on the antenna output or input from the SDR Play, so I'm not frying up my SDR Play when I go into TX. It's called a TR switch. You can buy it online. It's pretty inexpensive, but you need to solder it and make it yourself. But it's much cheaper than, for example, the solution from MFJ that also has something like an SDR radio switch, but that's very expensive. I think it goes over the counter for 300 euros or 200 euros. I think it's extremely expensive. Okay, pleasure is all mine there, Mike. Thank you very much for this nice cue. So I have you in the log, and have a very good evening. Give me a shout next time you hear me. It will be my pleasure to hear you again, maybe on 80 meters. We'll be active on 80 meters also from time to time there, Mike. Over.
Echo 0 India Tango Lima returning. Yeah, all understood. So congratulations on your translation. We have to kind of do it one at a time, but that's okay. I would have done it 40 years ago if it hadn't been for the CW Morse code card. In fact, when the lockdown, that was my first thing to start the Morse code, and a week into the Morse code, I realized it was no longer a requirement. So there you go. And yeah, nice setup with the TS480 and the amplifier. And I hear what you're saying about the SDR, and yeah, you've got to short the inputs to protect the front end on people trying to get hold of you. I can see online. So I'm going to say 73. It's a pleasure meeting you, and no doubt we'll speak again. It's Mike 2 Echo 0 India Tango Lima signing off.
Yeah, QSL. I see also Mike 7, Mike Golf X-Ray in the live stream chat box, and also another station, Fox 4 India Juliet Radio. So I'll listen out for these stations first, and then we will make a general call. Thank you very much there, Mr. Mike. Have a very good day, and give me a shout next time you hear me. To Echo 0 India Tango Lima. This is on-off with number 7 between the letters on and off. Very good evening. Talk to you soon again, my friend. Over.
Take HF.
Okay, let me see if Mike 7, Mike Golf X-ray is on the site. If you can TX, just push on that microphone button. This is ON7OFF.
Oscar November 7, Oscar Foxtrot, Mike 7, Mike Golf.
Good evening, Sean. I have you in the clear. Very good evening to you. Mike 7, Mike Golf X-ray. And thank you for checking me out on the live stream, but also coming here on the radio. The name here is Kurt, Kilo Uniform Romeo Tango Sean, Kilo United Radio Tango, and the QTH is close to Brussels. Back to you there, Mike 7, Mike Golf X-ray from Oscar November 7, Oscar Foxtrot Foxtrot, over.
Thank you very much, sir. Very first contact on HF. First contact on HF, so I'm very, very pleased. Signal strong to 5 and 7, 5 and 7 to me.
Yeah, QSL Sean. Did I understand it right? I'm your first contact on HF, is that correct, over?
Yes.
Oh, okay, well, fantastic. That's great. I think there's going to be 100,000 of new QSOs you will do from now on HF there, Sean. I'm pretty sure you will have many more QSOs in the future. And welcome on HF. Just build yourself, it's very easy, build yourself a couple of wire dipoles. Sean, I'm also using just a simple dipole for most of the bands, except for the 40 meters. The 40 meters I'm using the vertical that you can see on my QRZ page. I planted this one in the middle of my chicken coop, and with a little bit of luck I will have fried eggs tomorrow morning from the TX there, Sean. Mike 7, Mike Golf X-ray, Oscar November 7, Oscar Double Foxtrot, over.
Foxtrot, Mike 7, Mike Golf X-ray. Yes, thank you for that. I was looking at the QRZ. Speaking to you. There's a bit of a delay, but certainly interesting. We've got an accident. I'm currently using the Tango 991 Alpha. Vertical. So signal vertical. Quite noisy, but I'm glad I've made contact with somebody international. Thank you very much, sir. It's appreciated. I know you've got a couple of people watching. So I'll pass it back to you to Oscar November 7, Oscar Foxtrot, Mike 7, Mike Golf X-ray.
Yeah, QSL, congratulations again there, Sean. Absolutely fantastic. I've been radio operating for 33 and some years, and once you get the virus, it's worse than the coronavirus. You will never get rid of it. Okay, you might just maybe have a burnout somewhere along your life, but after a couple of years, that virus kicks in, and you get reinfected. Okay, so and you will see, you will start to feel hungry to be on the radio again. So it's my personal experience. You know, it's a fantastic way of communicating, and it's like a window to the world, you know, without stepping out of your doorstep, and it's completely corona-proof, HI. 73s, Sean, thank you very, very much, and congratulations again with your first transmission here on HF. Mike 7, Mike Golf X-ray. This is Oscar November 7, Oscar Double Foxtrot here in Brussels. Very, very good evening. Bye-bye. Bye.
Go forward, Juliet, X-ray, Charlie.
Mike India, Zero. Thanks again. Mike 7, Mike
73s, God bless you. I have Mike 4, but if you don't mind Mike 4, I'm going to first check if the station who is calling me also on the chat box, if I can get a hand on him. Fox 4, India, Juliet, Romeo, make your call if you're there. And then we'll go to the Mike 4, over. Okay, negative copy on France. Mike 4, go ahead, make your call. I think it was Mike 4. Go ahead, the station from England.
Golf 4, Juliet X-ray, Charlie. Golf 4, Juliet X-ray, Charlie. QSL?
Okay, I'm sorry, I'm really sorry. I thought it was Mike 4, but it's Golf 4. Golf 4, Juliet X-ray, Charlie. Very good evening, Bob. Very good evening in Brussels. And you're sounding absolutely fantastic. I'll check your signal report on your next over. This is Kurt, Kilo Uniform Romeo Tango, QTH, 20 kilometers, 15 miles south of Brussels. Bob, go ahead.
Okay, Kurt, from Golf 4, JXC, G4JXC. Okay, on all your details there. Handler is Bob, as you know, Bravo Oscar Bravo, and the equipment is an ON7OFF DLE, and it's driving into a homebrew linear, about 400 watts PEP. And that's into basically a vertical, but it's got a trap at the top and a bit more wire, which gives me 80 meter coverage as well. So basically a vertical here with some good ground rods and bits of wire there. Location, as you probably guessed, is to the north of Bristol or to the south of Gloucester, a place called Dursley, just on the edge of the Cotswold Hills here. We've had some rain today. I think it's a clear night by the looks of it at the moment. Yeah, I think we're in for a bit of a rainy season there, Kurt. Back round to you from G4. Oh, by the way, your signal report, 5 and 9 plus 15 with a bit of QSB. From Golf 4, Juliet X-ray, Charlie.
Yeah, 9 plus 30 dB. You're, I don't know if you're following me on the live stream there, Bob, but you get a stronger signal than I get from myself. So you're absolutely coming into the clear here. I think last night you must have digged a hole between your home QTH and mine and connected your coax cable to mine. I need to investigate after I finish and tomorrow when it's going to be daytime where you digged the trench there, Bob. Over.
Oh, thanks for that. Well, this linear has been a long time coming. I've had it running for, I guess, about 6 months now, but generally it's not been in proper cases, but it's all generally cased up now. I'm going to fit some meters on the front, although they don't really require it because it's all on my tuning unit here, all the meterage, but I'm just going to make it look a bit more pretty. The moment it's got one knob on the front, and the power supply sits on top, and you can just watch the ammeter go up and down. But yeah, I think it's pretty punchy, and the vertical seems to work well into Europe there, Kurt. But yeah, you'll probably find in the morning that you'll slip in the trench. So back round to you from G4JXC.
Yeah, QSL, Bob. Yeah. So just wondering, what's the amplifier name you're using, and what's the power?
Okay, I'm running 400 watts PEP. It will run a 1.3 kilowatts, but it's a single BLY, I think it is 188 XR, a dual LD MOS. I built it from scratch quite a long time ago. I had a little bit of help just soldering the transistor down. I was a bit nervous of that. But basically it's scratch built, and there's the filters in the end of it, and it's got a little bit of timing to make sure that the bias and the transceiver comes on at the right time. So yeah, that's about it really. I built it actually, well, I guess I first tried it out a few years back, but I'm retired now and I've had the time to sort it out. From G4JXC.
Yeah, QSL, Bob. I've always been wondering if I would meet someone who is using these LD MOS amplifiers, the 188 version, and you're the first one I hear with the 188 LD MOS amplifier setup there. So, and it sounds absolutely fantastic. No distortions at all. The audio is absolutely clear. Nothing to say about the audio quality. I'm just wondering, can you give me an estimate of the costs to build this amplifier? The thing is, I've been watching quite a lot of videos about these LD MOS amplifiers. Most of the time, I just think that maybe you should have two of these LD MOS transistors in there. Then you can balance both, and you don't have to go to the extreme to go up to 1.5 legal limit kW. But I was just wondering, do you have an estimate cost, and did you fry up some of them? Because I think it's a steep learning curve unless you've got a good guidance from somebody who can help you out. And how much time did you spend to build it? Because, you know, it's something that I'm really interested in as well. Bob, in the future, I might be moving to Thailand, and I can actually get a Thai license, but you're not allowed to come with equipment or import equipment. So the only possibility you have if you want to have an amplifier there is just to build it yourself. So in the future we might have to do the same as you're doing. So my question is simple: what is the estimate cost, the time frame, and did you blow up any of these transistors, LD MOS transistors, while you were building it, Bob? J4 Juliet X-Ray Charlie from ON7OFF, over.
Yeah, ON7OFF from G4JXC. Okay, yeah, I think it is a bit, it's probably a good idea to use two of the devices, I believe. Probably get a bit more efficiency and whatever. But I can only run 400 watts here, and it's capable of 1.3 kilowatts, so I think it's adequate for where I am. The transistors were about 110, 120 pounds. I bought that from, I believe, Mauser. The piece of copper I put it on was quite thick. What's that, a quarter inch is about 6.5 millimeters thick. I was lucky, while I was working, I had a milling machine and I nailed a slot in it, and the device is soldered down. The piece of copper here, just as a one-off, was about 90 pounds. The rest of the bits were all very simple. I bought the transformer, the output transformer. I bought that from, what are they called? Communications Concepts from the States. They've got a lot of details on this. And the amplifier design was originally for a pair of MOSFETs modified by a guy in the States. I haven't got those details by me. Of his call sign. God, I can't think of it off the top of my head. I actually emailed him to ask him some details. So that was the main thing. It's done nothing special. Even the bias I use very simple diode bias, because the power supply is stabilized going in. So that's quite simple. A pair of transformers, 9 to 1 in, 9 to 1 out, because the MOSFET is low resistance. 9 to 1 in, 9 to 1 out transformers. And basically, really all that, it was very simple, the design, so quite easy to build. But you can have the other two, and you can have two of them, strap the two together. There's plenty of details on YouTube. So that was that part of it. The filter board, I actually bought the PCB from a guy in the States, W1, oh God, I can't think, I haven't got any details hand, but there is a guy in the States that sells all those bits that to make a filter board up. And then I didn't have time, I bought a little Russian module that does all the timing. I think that was basically it. The case was about 70 British pounds, probably 80 euros. And the power supply itself was about 280. It will supply 1,500 watts at 48 volts. And basically when you start buying bits and all the rest of it together, I've probably spent $1,000 on it, I guess, over the time. From G4 Juliet X-Ray Charlie.
Yeah, QSL, Bob. Actually, I give you a lead if you want to upgrade it and you want to have two of these LD MOS transistors in there. in case you need to buy a power supply, you could eventually buy these power supplies that are mainly used in computers. Lots of these, what is it called? Lots of these centers, computer centers, they use stacked systems. So, and I got one here. Let me grab it. Hold on. You're watching on the stream, right? Just confirm that you're watching on the stream. I'll show you my power supply that I made myself out of a computer power supply. Tell me if you're watching on the stream as well, so I will show it in front of the camera.
I'm not at the moment. I'll see what I can do anyway. Let's just go on to YouTube. Okay. Right, okay. Let me just do this. ON7. OFF, of course, OFF. I'll go on to there. Right, I'm looking online, 40 meters, GX live stream. It's coming up. Is that today? 8 watching, live now. Yeah, okay. Let's do that. Go on to YouTube. Okay. I'm on YouTube now. Okay. Okay, let me just do this. Of course, OFF. I'll go on to there. Right, I'm looking online, 40 meters, GX live stream. Okay, I'm here. Is that today, 8 watching, live now? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm with you. Let's do that. Go on to YouTube. Okay. I'm on YouTube now, okay. Okay. You're getting it back, I can see you, yeah, okay. Yeah, I got it, okay. I know what you mean. Okay. Okay, we've got a lot of echo now, so I'm going to turn that off now for a minute. Let me just, because we're going to get some howl round in a minute. Can I? Yeah. I'm going to freeze it. You're getting it back, I can see you. Yeah, okay. Okay, let me just stop live playback. Okay, that's brilliant. I'm going to put it round to you anyway. A friend of mine he had some of these possibly. If I wanted to move up a bit. Maybe in the future. I'm happy with 400 watts at the moment from G4 JXC.
Yeah, QSL J4JXC, G4JXC, ON7OFF. This is the HP power supply. It's 750 watts on 12 volts. You can actually also bypass, do a little bridge with a resistor, and then you can tune it to 13.8 volts. And I've been testing this power supply extensively, and I can get easily at a voltage of 13.8 volts, about more or less 50 amps. 54 amps is the maximum I've ever been able to drag out of this this power supply. I'll tell you what I paid for it. Now, just keep yourself very good straight on your share, okay? Because it's extremely inexpensive. This one cost me 10 euros. So the price was only 10 euros, believe it or not. So you could, for the 48 volts, you could eventually, you could eventually stack them and put them in series. And at that time, you would be able to actually get 48 volts easily. So imagine 48 volts, you need 4 of them. It's going to be 40 euros. Including shipping, maybe another 10 euro or something like that. So it's going to cost you 50 euros just to give you an idea about the power supply. So it's a very cost-effective way of using power supplies in amplifiers there, Bob. Back to you.
Yeah, I like it from G4JXC. Yeah, that's definitely a way to go. There are also some comms ones, 48 volts ones around, but not with that kind of, not the amount of current you could deliver with that. You can certainly fry some stuff there. In fact, it would make a good welder, for welding the metal around the case. So, HI. So, yeah, it's great. Well, I'm glad to hear there's some more people building stuff. I love ham radio, and everybody does what everybody does, but it's nice to kind of talk a bit about what you've made. My next project as well, on the end of it, I've built a coupler, 20 dB, a minus 50B or 50 dB coupler, so that I can feed the signal back from the linear back into the ON7OFF DLE, and it'll linearize, with feed-forward linearization, it'll linearize the main amp even more, although it seems to be coming out quite well. The signal going in from the ON, of course, is linear enough as it goes in, but to be able to feed it back would be a really good thing there. There's lots to do with it. I'm still experimenting with stuff, and I'm still learning all the time. So I'll back round to you from G4JXC.
G4JXC, ON7OFF returning. Yeah, Bob, if you want the details on where to buy this power supply, I'm not sure if they're still available, but at a certain moment I was thinking of buying straight away maybe like 10 pieces, because at €10 per piece, now if you want to buy a 50 amp power supply, it's going to cost you, it's just for ham radio, it's going to cost you a lot more money, for just a simple power supply. But in general, they are power supplies that were are second hand. They have been used in these big computer centers, but they have been decommissioned for some reasons, and they sell it online for a bargain. So it's a very good and it's very cost effective. But not only it's cost effective, it works absolutely fantastic for radio operating. They're very clear. They don't generate any QRM, and that's why it's very interesting, especially if you want to use it in a LD-MOS amplifier. So that's something that you can save a lot of money on, because I'm not sure. I think you told me you pay maybe like $200 for the power supply only. If you can bring that back to 50 euros, that's a hell of a savings, So yeah, okay. I'll keep your information close, Bob. In case that I will ever build something like this, I might just come back to you and ask you if you can provide me the necessary information on where to get the schematics and also the filters and all that kind of stuff. I think it's a huge project, but in case maybe if you don't mind, send me some pictures from it. I would really appreciate, or maybe you can make a video and get some viewers on there as well. I think because it's a very cost-effective way of amplifiers for sure. And I think it's also lightweighted, because if I look to this beast over here where I'm pointing at on the live stream, this guy weighs like maybe 50 kilos, the amplifier that I'm using, and it makes a hell of a noise when I turn it on. The power supply is very noisy. So if you could use a power supply, or maybe 4 of them from the computer, it is noiseless. You don't hear any noise. The only noise you will probably have is the ventilators, the cooling system in the amplifier. Anyway, Bob, thank you so much for this cues. I really appreciate it. It's been a great pleasure meeting you and talking about the LD-MOS amplifiers. I think it's a new technology, and everything is going into that direction, because the efficiency of these amplifiers are really, really, really very good compared to tube amplifiers. And they seem to be very clean on the output as well. Thanks a lot. Call 4 Juliet X-Ray Charlie from Oscar November 7 Oscar Foxtrot here in Brussels. Back to you, Bob. Over.
Yeah, okay, Kirk from G4 Juliet X-Ray Charlie. Lovely QSO, and I hope that's given you the seed to start a project. As I say, it took me a long time. There's a lot, kind of a lot involved. Especially if you want to add in a lot of protection, which I really haven't bothered with other than temperature. temperature and overpowered on the front end, and they're dead, you know. And this only takes 400 milliwatts in to produce 400 watts. So you can see you've got to be very careful. I put a 20 dB pad on the front of it, and I drive it with about 25 or 30 watts because, or maybe 40 watts actually on the peaks. You've got to protect them. It'll kill them straight away. Okay, great, Kurt. Thanks for that. I'll get you some information when I hook up. I'll get it all together at some point. I've got some pictures of the inside, I think, somewhere, and we'll hook up again sometime. ON7OFF from G4JXC, offering clear, and stay safe, Kurt. Bye.
Yeah, QSL, Bob. You can find my email on my QRZ page. And by the way, yeah, you're correct. As far as I've seen, it's a steep learning curve when you went to build them, but they're robust, very robust on the output, but they're very fragile on the input. And this is what I've seen. I'm not sure if you follow the YouTube channel from BBI. That's also one of these crazy guys, but the input should be very limited because that's where you can burn it up. So apparently they're very fragile on the input, but you can even have a short circuit on the output. It will still work. So there's demonstrations about that on the internet. Talk to you soon, Bob. 73s, and if you wish, drop me an email. My email address is on my QRZ page. Golf 4, Juliet X-Ray Charlie from Oscar Nancy 7 Oscar Fox Fox. Very good evening to you, mate, and stay safe. Over.
Yeah, we'll do. Stay safe, and I'll drop you some stuff when I get a moment. 73s, bye. Have a lovely evening.
Have a nice evening. Bye-bye. 73s, QRZ.
George 0, United Italy London. Golf 0, Uniform India Lima.
Yeah, Golf 0, Uniform India Lima. Very good evening there. Golf 4, Uniform India Lima, I think it was. This is Oscar November 7, Oscar Foxtrot Foxtrot, over.
Yeah, Oscar November 7, Oscar Foxtrot Foxtrot. Yeah, the call was Golf 0, Uniform India Lima, United Italy London. Name here is Dean, Delta Echo Alpha November. Your signal 5 and 9. Talking about amplifiers. I build them. I build my own amplifier, and this is my homebrew SDR that I designed that I'm on at the moment, using one of my amplifiers. Back to you, Oscar. Oh, let's see now. I can build the amplifier, but I can't build my glasses. Oscar November 7, Oscar Foxtrot Foxtrot, Golf 0, Uniform India Lima.
Yeah, QSL Golf 4, Uniform India Lima. This is Oscar November 7, Oscar Foxtrot Foxtrot. Wow, okay. Is it 4 Uniform India Lima or 0? Because none of them, I can find it on the QRZ page. So you just have to explain this to me. By the way, my call sign is very easy to memorize. You just think of an on-off switch. They write it with on/off, but I took number 7 to simulate the slash. Okay, so another way of explaining my call sign, I turn it on and off 7 days a week is my radio. So I turn my radio on and off 7 days a week. And by the way, the name is Kurt Cobain, and a little help to memorize my name as well. It's like Kurt Cobain that is turned off, and myself, I'm still turned on. HI. Back to you there. Golf 0, Uniform India Lima, or Golf 4. I'm not sure. I should also take care of my, I have to do so many things with this live stream. I see messages happening, and I still have to get used to all this setup here with the live stream, because it is sometimes a little bit confusing, and I'm only a man. I'm not a lady who can do 2 or 3 things at the same time. HI, back to you.
Yeah, okay. It's Golf 0, Uniform India Lima 0. My address isn't on QRZ. And by the way, men can multitask, okay? We can not listen to them, to the women. We can not listen to the women, and we can get on with what we want to get on with. And that is multitasking. Back to you.
Yeah, QSL. Yeah, the only thing you cannot make is the remote control to turn her on and off there, sir. What is your first name? Because I don't have the information there on the QRZ.com. So what's the secret? Oh.
Yeah, the name is Dean, Delta Echo Alpha November. Yeah, I'm just on your live stream at the moment. I'm just going to give you a hi. I don't know what the, can I give you a hi? Let's have a look here. Yeah, I can. Hang on a second. Hi from, I should have got some other glasses. What's going on there? Something's on my keyboard. That's it. Hang on. I gave you a hi from Dean, and I will subscribe. Okay, and I've just subscribed to you. There you go. I think I'm talking to you. Chat with hair. I've got no hair. But yeah, okay. Name is Dean, Delta Echo Alpha November. The transceiver I'm using at the moment is my homebrew SDR running through Power SDR, the version of Kilo Echo 9 November Sierra, and he's had input from Uniform Sierra 1 Golf Hotel Quebec. So that's my working conditions, and a homebrew set, the set that you were talking about just now, amplifier back to you.
Yeah, okay, QSL. Is that also an LD MOS amplifier you're using there, Dean Oven? No?
Yeah. I run it at 40, about 45 volts. About 45 volts. Trouble is, if you run them too high, they can go pop. So run it at slightly lower voltage. And at the moment, I'm only running it at about 100 watts. About 100 watts. That feeds from the SDR straight into the amplifier back to you.
Yeah. Okay. Fantastic. Yeah. Second guy today with the LD MOS amplifiers. It's the new technology. I'm using. You know, this guy here that I'm pointing at on the live stream. This is the 2 kilo Delta Classic by Henry, and this guy has been sitting at the Embassy of Belgium in Germany for 30 years. They barely used it. They maybe turned it on twice. In these 30 years, it's been sitting on a desk somewhere. So I was able to get a hand on that amplifier, I think maybe like 8 or 9 years ago. And I was very happy, you know, that I could, and privileged, you know, to be able to use an amplifier that was used by the Belgian embassy. Luckily, they never had to use it because of a wartime, but it was a hell of a thing when I got that one, because I thought it was broken when I got it first. I didn't know how to operate. There was no manual or whatsoever. But I finally got it work, and I only had to replace a couple of cables inside that have been deteriorating over time because the plastic, you know, became solid and broke off some of the cables. So, but yeah, fantastic. Yeah, I was talking to the other gentleman there, call 4, Juliet X-Ray Charlie, about the amplifier. And I was telling him about power supplies that you can get on eBay. For 10 euros, I bought a power supply of 750 watts of output at a voltage of 12 volts. And I modified the power supply, so I have 13.8 volts. And I use it mainly for when I'm at the other location. And it can go up to 53, 52 amps without any problem. It doesn't go into security. When I put 13.9 volts, then it goes into security, but it just have to adjust it to 13.8, 13.7 volts. So yeah, it's a very cheap way to actually have a power supply if you stack them together and put them in series. and then you have 4 in series, you should be able to generate 48 volts. You can turn the voltage down. There is a small potentiometer, so you can turn it down if you want to lower the voltage if you stack them together for an amplifier. But that's a very good bargain there, Dean. Maybe it could be interesting for you as well in case you want to make more of these amplifiers. Back to you, Dean. Over.
Yeah, I was listening. I was listening to the conversation. Yeah, interesting. Never thought of it. It's funny. You can talk to. In fact, I can hear my fan. I can hear my fan on my amplifier now. Believe it or not. Yeah, it's funny when you start talking to other amateur radio operators that actually experiment rather than going and buying black boxes and just switch them on and hope for the best. When you actually start building and experimenting, that's what I love. If you have a look at my call sign, and just put in RSGB competition winner, you'll see me. I've won. I didn't win this year because it was virtual and I was in hospital. I had to come out of hospital, nothing to do with COVID, but I had an operation on my neck, so I didn't get an entry in this year. Well, I got in late, really. But you'll see I won it 3 years running, the RSGB competition, and one of them was the SDR. But I love experimenting and I love programming. CNC machine, 3D printer, CNC lathe, all that sort of thing. I've got all that, and I just love the experimenting and building, and obviously goes along with it is writing code. Back to you, Kurt.
QSL, 100% there. Golf 0 Uniform India Lima from ON7OFF. I got the license, but I'm not very knowledgeable about electronics. So I was an IP network engineer before I became a perfumer, and I have never been into programming and nor into electronics. But I do experiment myself a lot with things that I sometimes combine and try to figure out if something is possible. And it's very well, you express it in your work. I'm a perfumer and I make perfumes, and I sometimes make stuff that other people have never done before. And even the way that I sell my stuff, my perfumes, is also totally different from what they do out there in the shop. So I make myself about 70 different building blocks, if you can call it that way. And when I mix them together, I can create new perfumes. It's a little bit the same idea that I had about the colors. You've got 3 main colors, and with these 3 main colors, you can virtually make all the colors that are possible in the spectrum. And I'm doing the same, more or less the same with perfumes. It's a little bit more complicated, but that's what I'm doing. And it's a way of doing this perfume stuff in a very different way from what you can ever buy in the shops. And customers come to me, and I design the fragrance depending on what customers want while they are there. And I know, because of the fact that I know my building blocks by heart, I know which ones I can combine without losing the strength of the fragrance as well as the silage. So, and this kind of stuff is an expression of experimenting and testing and all that kind of stuff. So, but very interesting. Congratulations on the homebrew SDR and also the amplifier. You must be a very knowledgeable person about electronics for sure. And yeah, I lack that knowledge. So that's a little bit of a pity, But there are so many things to learn in life. You should actually grow or get to the age of 200, and maybe you will still feel like too early to go, HI. Back to you there, Dean. Golf 0 Uniform India Lima from ON7OFF.
Yeah, okay, Kurt. Yeah. I know exactly what you're saying about your perfume. Yes, you're quite right. It's imagine a puzzle, and somebody gives you a puzzle, that they've half done, but they can't finish it, and you know that puzzle inside and out. You can finish it in no time, and it's the same as anything in life. If you, I don't say study it. If you've got an interest, you fall into it, and unfortunately, we don't have many people around now. Like yourself, and maybe like myself. I don't know. I can't speak for myself, but I think in my own way, I know my subject, and it's like you know, it's obvious that you know your subject inside and out. If you can conjure up a perfume for somebody just like that, you're pulling that out of the hat, then obviously you know your stuff, and that's fantastic. And I admire people that can do that. And I also admire people that can play a guitar from the early age and never been to music school. It's what you're born with, and by the you know your stuff. There's no doubt about it. You can just pick up A, B, and C and put them together, and it'll work. And well, fortunately, I suppose I'm the same. When I got a problem, I solve it, and I know how to solve it. That's the thing, is knowing how to solve it. But no, it's interesting, very interesting. I thought you would have been into electronics, the way you were talking about the power supply. No, I've been into electronics ever since I can remember. I've got the first book that was bought for me in 1978. A long time ago by my father, and it was a radio book. I've always loved radio, and when I was 15 I was lucky enough to start an apprenticeship repairing radios and televisions in a small shop. Then I worked up to a bigger shop, a bigger company, the biggest company in the UK, which was Mastercare, they were called, Currys and Dixons, their service department. But of course televisions have become cheaper and more reliable. So programming and electronic design is my stuff now. Kurt, back to you.
Yeah, QSL in Golf 0 Uniform India Lima. This is ON7OFF. Yeah, you know the main problem that we are facing these days is sourcing materials. That's becoming a problem. I am 48 years old, and when I was a kid, I used to open everything that I got in my hand. So if I got a radio, I would open it up, just a transistor radio, just to look inside how it's built and what's inside, and figure out how it's working, just out of interest. Sometimes I took it apart, but I couldn't assemble it anymore. It's I broke a lot of stuff like this, but it's the way that you learn things, and that's the beauty of it. After you've been breaking so many things, you start to be able to repair things, because you start to understand how things are working and functioning. But what I mentioned before is the sourcing of materials is getting a problem. I remember in the old age when I was with my CB radio and I blew up the transistor, the final transistor, I could eventually just take my bicycle, go to the town next doors, and get that transistor that just went up in smoke. And it was no problem to source my stuff easily. It was very easy. But these days, all these materials and all these shops have disappeared, and you have to go online. But the problem is that you need to buy it straight from, probably China, and it takes ages to get it here. So I actually do travel on and off because of my job. I am sourcing my bottles for my job in Thailand. I do speak Thai. I am there about 2 months a year. Probably next year it's not going to work out because of the coronavirus. But Bangkok, for example, is absolutely, it's like a candy shop. You can go to specific areas and you can get any kind of electronic device or component that you can ever imagine. There are areas in Bangkok specialized in electronics. There are areas in Bangkok specialized in, oh, you just name it, whether you're talking about materials for cars or whatever. So everything is available off the shelves, and this is something we don't have anymore this time of the year. So, or this era here in Europe, at least not in Belgium. There are a couple of shops left over, but they don't want to. I'll use the words how I should be using it, but they don't want to move up their ass just to get a simple little diode for you. They won't do it. So the only way that these companies they can survive is by selling a pack of them, and then you're stuck with maybe 20 pieces of the same item. You see what I mean? So sourcing is becoming a real problem, in my humble opinion, here in Europe, and we're losing creativity because of that, in my personal opinion. That's when I go to Thailand and I can get all this stuff off the shelves. I can go and walk into a shop and get back home with whatever I want. It happens that before I go in January, I'm just making a list of I need this and this and this and this, and I go to the shop, and before I come back home, I will have all my supplies, because that's a place where I know I can source everything. So, and that's the main problem that I think we're all facing at the moment there, Dean. Golf 0, Uniform India Lima from ON7OFF, over.
Yeah, okay, Kurt. Golf 0, Uniform India Lima returning. Yeah, no, I totally agree. I totally agree with you. Unfortunately, that's the way it is. We could go down a conspiracy route if we wanted to, but the trouble is they'd lock me up, so I won't go down that route. But no, you're quite right. I actually, believe it or not, a couple of years ago, I was at my local radio club. Before I forget, that was a 2SC 1969 output transistor in the CBs, very common transistor. But yeah, going back to what I was saying, I was at my local club a couple of years ago, and I looked up and I thought about it, and I said, something, I think the human race has come to an end. And they said, what do you mean? I said, well, look at this. I said, I've got a mobile phone in my pocket that if I showed you this mobile phone 20 years ago, you'd have been all over going, wow, look at that. I said, now you don't even but an eyelid. Nothing is new and fresh. We have now, I think, in my opinion, we have now run out of ideas where electronics is concerned. And that's when it has now become dangerous. Okay, we can refine the things. We can make it look better than what it really is. We can make it more slick. We can sell it. We can, push it out there and sell it as something new. But at the end of the day, all we're doing is putting a different color and a different screen shape on what we've already got. So really, in my opinion, where the excitement of the human being, where electronics has gone, has ended, those days have gone, unfortunately. CDs, records, tapes, all disappeared overnight. Even camera film. I was buying camera film, as you probably were, buying camera film. And now look at it. You've got a thing called a mobile phone. I don't think they really are. I think they're mobile computers or computers. But you've got a camera on a mobile phone that completely destroys any camera we've ever known. As in a film camera. Well, okay, you don't get the depth of field, but I think that's the only thing missing now and they probably got that now anyway in an app. But I think the depth of field is the only thing. But no, I think what you're right in saying is true. There's nothing. You can't take it apart. You can't look in there. You can't feel it and even smell it. And this is what I've said for a couple of years now. And has come true, unfortunately. I think this is the new normal, and everybody has got to get used to it, whether they like it or not.
Yeah, I totally agree. And Dean, I think it's all about how could I say? It's all about the problem is that everything is being the knowledge is being concentrated into companies. Okay, so the companies, they know what's in there, and they've got the technology. So it's completely correct what you say. But on the other hand, I can feel it myself when I travel to Thailand, and I'm there, and I have the freedom to get any kind of stuff over the counter very easily, even in small towns. But because my wife is from Thailand, she's from Korat, and that's about 350 kilometers away from Bangkok. Even in a city like Korat, you can still get a lot of materials and stuff there, electronics, whatever you want, that you can get it there. But it's true, we lose our creativity because of the fact that we don't have the sources and the resources anymore. That is a big issue, I think. And conspiracy or not, I think it's also an evolution that isn't looking too good. I'm 48. I'm happy I'm 48. I don't want to be a 12-year-old kid right now, just with everything, just with the fact what is happening right now. All these kids that are like 16, 17, 18 years old, they get like overmastered with information, like the world is coming to an end, all this kind of stuff. And then you got the coronavirus. I don't know when they're going to be grown up, when will be the memory of their youth, and when they were young, so. But that's another story. But yeah, you're absolutely correct. I totally agree. And yeah, I see Stanley. He's also pointing out something on the chat, that the shipping prices are expensive if you need something to have it shipped over. I tell you something about shipping prices. You go to AliExpress, in general, they've got free shipping. But people, they don't realize the free shipping, it's because it's sponsored by the United States. During the when Obama was the president, he gave a sponsor or incentives to China, and people, they don't realize, they don't know, but he got money, he freed up money to help China with their economy, and he said, okay, this money, you need to use it, and it needs to be in direct connection with with your economy. So they use that money, and people or companies that sell on AliExpress, when they ship over something, they make a list of the expenses to ship it over, and they can actually claim back the shipping expenses from the government. And this is money coming straight out of the United States. And yeah, of course, it's also creating a unbalance as far as competition is concerned with companies over here, and you cannot survive. I had my first-hand experience on this because I was selling at a certain moment also electric scooters, and when I was selling them, I got them from the factory, delivered to my doorstep. It was about 390 euros, and you had people selling them from China to Europe with free of, what was it, taxes for 420 euros. So how could I make money and profit if they sell it online for almost the same price and I get them from straight from China? And I pay taxes, but they have a little, they have tricks, and they call it special line, so they don't have to pay any taxes, So yeah, it's a little bit of a problem. But as you said, I think the main problem that we have and we're facing is that creativity amongst our own population is just going down. We cannot be creative anymore regarding electronics because we cannot source anything anymore. Sometimes my room is a mess, and why it's a mess is very easy. It's very simple to understand because I see this. Oh, I see that. Oh, maybe I should combine these two things together, If you don't see it, you cannot combine it together. You won't have this imagination to create something. So, and that's the whole problem. I'll pass it back to you there, Dean. Sorry for my long transmission there, mate. Golf 0, Uniform India Lima from ON7OFF, over.
I think we should go down the pub and have a drink and put the world to rights. No, you're quite right. Big companies. This is the problem. This is the big problem. The big companies, and we're not talking, you know, the companies that people think. You've got bigger companies, and behind those bigger companies, you can't just think of something like Harvard. You know, you've got a big companies, a big, you know, and that is the biggest thing. That is the killer. That is the absolute killer. I mean, our Prime Minister here was telling us to build. That's what he said. Whack-a-mole. I don't know whether you've seen the UK news, but completely balmy. Completely. You think Donald Trump's balmy? This guy, I tell you, I don't even know what the rules are, you know. But going back to it, yeah, that's what it is. So we've got a Prime Minister that wants us to build. Build what? You know, what do I build? Just say for argument. I worked in a supermarket as a checkout man, right? I worked as a supermarket as a checkout man. Well, hang on a second. There's going to come a time where I'm not going to have a job. So I've got to go and build. What experience I have or will I have is building anything. And you can't just magic it up. It doesn't come out of thin air. And I think that is it's almost like the people that we know are in power, which they're not really in power because there's somebody behind them, they're only puppets. They're looking around, and it's a bit like looking around and not in control of anything, you know. So really and truthfully, we're being controlled by consumers. That's the only way of putting it. I don't know. That's my thoughts now. You, like-minded people. That's what you need. Like-minded people. But unfortunately, the sheeple, as I call them, sheeple, are asleep, and they're not waking up to what's going on, and it's very frightening. Whether there is a virus, whether it's the flu, I don't know. I just do not know anymore. I give up. I do know something. It's annoying me. You know, it really does affect me. I haven't been to my local club since March. All local clubs here. There's no local clubs you can't meet. And you get told when that's not much of a life, mate.
Yeah, QSL. Dean, let me tell you something. What I think, okay? Let me tell you something. It's not politically correct, but for me it's very simple. When you and me were young, and we come from our generations, from our mom and dad, at that moment, the preach was coming from the priest, okay? But what I notice is everything that is supposed to be accepted or not accepted in our society these days is not preached anymore by the priest. It's preached by the mainstream media. The mainstream media is going to tell you what we should and we should not accept. And they are actually telling us what is supposed to be accepted, what is the moral that we should all follow, and we have nothing to say about it. So it's just a speaks channel of populace and political draining and manipulation, as far as I am concerned. But that's another story. Yeah, we should sit down on the pub, but we can't. There's something like a virus going around. I'm sure there is a virus, that's for sure. But yeah, anyway, at least we've got radio, and we can talk with one another. We're not supposed to talk about politics, so I avoid politics. But if I tell that mainstream media for me is just propaganda, I think it's not really politics we're talking. So I think I'm not offending any of the rules here. But yeah, anyway, that's what I think there, Dean. It's my personal perception on what's going on. But yeah, it's a broad subject. You can talk about it for days. But the thing is, we're getting silenced more and more, and that is pretty frightening, in my personal opinion. So, but that's another story. Okay, Dean, your signal was fading out on your last transmission. I think maybe it's all done for today. I'm not sure. I'm going to see if when you come back if you're a little stronger or not. But yeah, appreciate the call. I really enjoy the little QSO. I always like QSOs, I call them. Quality QSOs. So for me, radio operating is not about contest or something. It's more about QSOs and talking with people. If you cannot sit at the bar, at least we can sit at the radio and talk with each other through the means of that we have right in front of our nose there with the microphone. Back to you there, Dean. Golf 0, Uniform India Lima from ON7OFF, over. Over.
Yeah, okay, Joe. Yeah, I think looking at it, I think we're the only people on the band. You are. I mean, your signal's so strong. No problem at all. I expect my signal has gone off a fraction a tad. I'd put a little bit more power into the amplifier. So, but I won't. I just wondered before we go, and I don't think we're politics. I think what we're doing is we could be actually talking about people, as consumers. But yeah, but I totally agree with you. So before we go, can you do me a favour? Can you tell me what my audio is like? I just got a DBX 286F inline. Got it inline this evening. Can you tell me what the audio is like, and if I could make a fraction of adjustments on the possible? Is my audio okay, Ben?
Okay, listen, Dean. On your last transmission, I saw that you are having a wider TX, so I widened also the RX on the SDR play to 3.4 kilohertz. I happen to love also to listen to these guys on 80 meters that are using ESSB. They really can generate very beautiful audio, but your audio is superb. I have no problem to hear you, for sure. It's very clear. And if you review the live stream, you don't have to do it right now because you're probably going to be confused. But if you wait until I finish this live stream within an hour or so, it will be also available on internet. You look at the time frame 2 hours and 7 minutes into the live stream, and that's where you can see where I'm widening actually the bandwidth in RX. So then I can have a smoother copy on your signal, and also I will have a better audio quality from your station. But it sounds absolutely fantastic, no problems at all. I hope my audio is also okay because I bought this Behringer microphone that you see on the live stream, and this Behringer microphone is fitted by a Xenix 502 panel. I heard one guy maybe like 10 years ago with a TS480 radio with this particular microphone, and I said, okay, I want to have that microphone because it sounded absolutely fantastic. I can only do 2.4 kilohertz on, 2.8 kilohertz on bandwidth. I would love to also experiment with ESSB, but I think it's out of my budget there, Dean. Back to you there, Uniform Lima, what's it called now? No, let me see. Okay, yeah, Golf 0, Uniform India Lima. This is Oscar November 7, Oscar Double Foxtrot, over.
Yeah, okay, Kurt. No, you weren't confused at all. You forgot it, didn't you? Hang on. Right, I'm back. Here, get over this. Have you ever heard of the... Right, listen to this. I'm on one at the moment, right? It's the Behringer Ultra Voice X-Ray Mic 8500. $15. $15. $15, brand new, is a Behringer studio mic, and I'm on one at the moment. Brand new on eBay, $15. You can get them for. It's the Behringer Ultra Voice X-ray mic 8500.
Yeah, okay, X-ray mic. I made a note of it. I'll have a look. I got this microphone. I think I get it a decade or something. When I bought this TS480, I was still operating on CB radio, but when I heard that guy, I said, no, I want to have the same audio. But, you know, now I go on the 80-meter band, and I hear Mike Zero VDO. Jesus, he's got really beautiful audio. But, you know, these guys, they invest a lot of money in their audio gear, and they go wide on the bandwidth. I think they go up to 8 kilohertz on the bandwidth. It's a little bit, tricky to go wide as that, because, you know, you're doing some splatter on the agent frequency. But yeah, it really sounds like an English bar where people are talking. I have some recordings of them on my YouTube channel. So if you go into the history, you will see ESSB, and then you can tune in and listen for yourself how they sound. But if you can widen the bandwidth, it's absolutely unbelievable what audio quality they can generate. It sounds more like broadcast radio. And I think also one thing that is important is also the voice of the operator. So if you have a nice voice, I have a normal voice, but I once heard a guy on here on 40 meters. He's in Switzerland, American guy, but he really has a broadcast voice, and also some broadcast equipment for the audio of his station. So that was fantastic. I was feeling like I was listening to a TV program from what is it called? About birds or animal program or something with the guy who was doing some comments. Okay, Dean, pleasure is all mine. I'll just take one or two more callers and then go QRT. It's been a pleasure talking to you. In case you want to get in touch with me, you've got my email address. It's available on QRZ.com. It's up to you. Drop me an email. I would be happy to respond and keep in touch with you then, mate. Whenever I get into England, we'll sit at the bar, I promise you, okay? I'll buy you a Belgian beer. Golf Zero, Uniform India Lima. Oh, by the way, we've got the best beer in the world. This is Oscar November 7, Oscar Fox Fox, over.
Yeah, okay, Kat. Yeah, no, I live in where they make the best cider in the world. They make the cider. It's supposed to be the best in the world. Oh, and the best cheese as well, cheddar. Radio, okay, I'll say Summer 3. No, it's great. Yeah, I wanted to get into audio. With the SDR, I can open the bandwidth up to about 20K. I think I can go more than that, but at the moment I'm just on standard bandwidth. So I just sort of put this thing in line and given it a go. But yeah, I'll be interested to hear myself on the YouTube channel. And yes, I'll drop you an email either later on this evening or tomorrow, because I've got to go now. I've been told I've got to go. Got to set everything off and go. No, she's not like that. But there's a couple of programs on the telly that I'll probably end up watching. So I'll say 7-3 for now. You take care. Yeah, I'll take you up on that beer. And if you do come to the UK, you're more than welcome to pop along, say hi, and come for a meal. You know, that's brilliant. All right, okay, Joe. I'll drop you an email. I've subscribed to your YouTube channel. I look forward to seeing the other videos, which I probably will later on when I got the laptop out, and have a look at the YouTube. But I've actually got it on my second screen at the moment, so I'll switch it on later on. Right, I'll say 7-3. You take care. Oscar November 7. Oscar Foxtrot Golf Zero Uniform India Lima. 7-3, Kurt. You have a good night. Stay safe. Cheers, man.
Cheers, Dean. 73s, and lovely chat with you. I really appreciate it. Very good QQSOHI. Golf Zero Uniform India Lima from ON7OFF Oscar November 7 Oscar Foxtrot. Good night, and take care, and stay safe.
Yeah, you too. Nice. Cheers.
cheers, bye-bye. Any other stations, ON7OFF, we're listening. Oh, I think I got a little pile up there. Let me see. I'll make one more call, ON7OFF. I'll try to pull out somebody. MI6OLJ, I think. Go ahead, Mike. India 6 Oscar Lima Juliet. It must be John in Northern Ireland. How are you doing there in Northern Ireland? Very good evening from Brussels here in Belgium. Mike, India 6 Oscar Lima Juliet from Oscar November 7 Oscar Fox Fox, over.
Okay, Chuck, nice to meet you for the first time. You're sounding absolutely wonderful. Probably about 20 or 30 minutes here. And your signal strength has been very, very good, 57, 59. Sounded absolutely wonderful into the city of Belfast, and John Juliet Oscar Hotel November. Sounded absolutely wonderful, Church, and I know there's a few stations maybe wanting to say hello. The conditions aren't all like this. You're absolutely booming here this evening. Oscar November 7 Oscar Fox from Mike India 6 Oscar Lima Juliet, over.
Yeah, QSL there, John. You're close to the noise floor, but I turned on the noise reduction or the noise, filter, whatever you can call it, on the SDR, so, and then I get you a little bit better in the clear. It's a little bit deformed when I turn on the noise reduction system, or I think it's called noise suppression, but I get you in the clear there, John, no problem. I hope everything is okay there in Ireland. Are you currently in Northern Ireland? I have to make the difference between Ireland and Northern Ireland. Just wondering, are you also in lockdown there where you are there? I thought Ireland is in lockdown, but what about Northern Ireland? Are you following the rules of Ireland, or you have your separate, decisions regarding the lockdowns? Back to you, John. John?
Yeah, okay, Chuck. Yeah, well, we're actually different from the Southern Ireland, but I'm actually in Northern Ireland. And I suppose we have our own sort of, our government, our councillors, they just put us on a 4-week sort of kind of lockdown. It's not as bad as down south, but we're on a 4-week sort of I don't think it's just as bad as the south, but not part of the United Kingdom, but I think, this part of, the UK makes the decision. So at the moment, Church, we're on a kind of 4-week lockdown, over.
Yeah, QSL, 100% there, John. Absolutely. Yeah, I think we're also going into a lockdown as well over here. The figures that we have on the coronavirus is absolutely astonishing high. I think we hit 17,000, I think it was yesterday, 17,000 something, compared to the population here, which is 11 million. That's a lot. If I would compare it to USA, it would probably be around 300 and something, 300,000 or even more cases a day. So I wouldn't be too surprised there's going to be a lockdown. Anyway, when there's going to be a lockdown, the only thing we can do is sit behind the radio, do some more live streams, and, operate the radio. I think social distancing is the exact way of, or is the exact synonym to radio operating. Absolutely. Yeah, I get you 5 and 7, but my ground floor is very high there, John. I'm sorry about that. I think my chicken are making a lot of noise, HI. I got the vertical planted in the middle of the chicken coop. I should maybe build myself a dipole for 40 meters. Maybe I will have less QRM or a loop or something. I'm not sure, but I'll work on it. But the weather conditions are not really inviting to go outside and do some stuff in the garden. It's getting colder and colder. Yeah, I'd rather sit inside and stay away from the cold weather, HI. John, thank you for calling in, checking in, and being on the show. I'm not sure if you're familiar, but you are on the show here on the live stream as well. get it. You can get from my QRZ page straight to the live stream. No problem. 73 is John. Mike India 6, Oscar Lima Juliet from Oscar November 7, Oscar Double Foxtrot here in Brussels. Very good evening.
Subscribe to your YouTube channel. We are actually watching it at the moment, and it's good fun indeed. But anyway, Kurt, all the best, and hopefully we can do it again. Please allow you to remain, and you stay safe and healthy over there. Fox from Mike India 6, Oscar Lima Juliet. 73, Kurt. Many thanks.
73s, have a good day there, John, and God bless. Stay away, stay safe, stay away from the virus there. ON7OFF, we're listening again. Bye-bye. Bye. I got the Romeo Bravo with at the end. Romeo Bravo, I think it was Echo India, question mark Romeo Bravo. Go ahead.
Echo India 7 Hotel Romeo Bravo.
Okay, Echo India 7 Romeo Bravo. Am I correct with the call sign? Very good evening.
Hotel Romeo Bravo.
Okay, sorry. Okay, Echo India 7 Hotel Romeo Bravo. Sorry, Jeremy, sorry. I got the call sign correct now. No problem. Very good evening there, Jeremy. The name here is Kurt, Kilo Uniform Romeo Tango. I'm in Brussels, Belgium. And you see me on the live stream, I guess, as well. Nice to see your station and meet you for the first time there, Jeremy. I hope you have got your name correct there. Hit me if I'm wrong there. Back to you there. Echo India 7, Hotel Romeo Bravo. This is Oscar November 7, Oscar Double Foxtrot in Brussels. So.
Quite roughly up and down, and everybody just talking to the Northern Ireland just before me, and in Southern Ireland here within the full lockdown here. So back to you, Chris.
Yeah, QSL, Jeremy, no problem. Yeah, sounding good here. Are you? Let me check. Is your QTH? Can you give me your grid square if you don't mind? Can you give me your locator if you know it by heart? Over. Okay, QSL. Yeah, I'll check it out on your QRZ page. I was just wondering if you have the Okay, I've got the QTH here now on the QRZ page. I'll check it out where you are. Yeah, I'm not sure if you're also active on the repeater network there, the Southern Ireland repeater network, because I often come and say hello there when I'm going home from my job. I just turn on my Zello application, and I've got the gateway into the Southern Ireland network, and talk with my friends there from Ireland from time to time. I'm not sure if you're also active on VHF and UHF. I can imagine many people, they are just operating HF and they don't use VHF, UHF, but yeah, I was just wondering. Back to you, Jeremy. Echo India 7, Hotel Romeo Bravo from Oscar November 7, Oscar Fox Fox, over.
November 7, Oscar Fox, Echo India 7, Romeo Bravo. VHF, I said where I am, the repeater's only 20 minutes from me, but it's just nobody's on it, so I don't know how to use on the top. Like I said, my sister
lived in Belgium for 15 years. She worked for, I don't know where she lived in Belgium, but she worked for a company called Dow Corning. It's an American national company. Have you heard of that?
I didn't get your question because you're very close to the ground floor QRM that I have here. Can you repeat your question there, Jeremy? Over.
Belgium 15 years, and well, she's back here 15 years, but she works for a company called Dow Corning, so that would be close to where she lived in Belgium. Maybe you know the company name, what she is.
Yeah, and where is it located? Where did you live when you were in Belgium? What was the QTH in Brussels, or you were somewhere else close to Brussels? Because I am in southern part of Brussels. Back to you there, Jeremy. Over.
No, sorry, sir, because my sister lived in Brussels, and she worked for a company called Dow Corning. So it must be very close to where she lived, must be very close to Brussels. The company is an American company.
Yeah, well, you know, ask your sister if she has ever been to the city center of Brussels. I'm actually the guy who sells the perfumes on the handicraft market, and lots of people, they know me. Those who come to the city center of Brussels often, they know me pretty well. I've been on that market for the past 20 years, and I sometimes just walk down the streets in Brussels and they say hello, but I even don't know who they are, because you know, on a single day maybe I meet like maybe 100 people. Maybe she knows me. Maybe she even bought perfume from my shop. It's very well possible. Especially people who come and visit Brussels, and they go and visit the Grand Place, the city center. In general, they pass right in front of my shop, and normally my parents, they join me, but since the coronavirus, I just leave my parents at home. It's way too dangerous for them. They are elderly people, so they're on a risk age group. But maybe ask your sister if she has ever been to Brussels and buy the perfume. You can find the picture of my shop on my QRZ page. I put it on there on purpose because sometimes I talk with other amateur radios abroad like yourself, and they have been to Brussels, and then they remember my shop. So it's unbelievable. It's a small world. I tell you there, Jeremy, I do the X here on the radio, but when I'm not on the job, it's a touristic market. It's a tourist market. I actually do the X there as well. I not only talk to the people, I also see them. So it's a bonus. Back to you, Jeremy. Echo India 7, Hotel Romeo Bravo from Oscar November 7, Oscar Fox Fox, over.
Oscar November 7, Oscar Fox Fox. Echo India 7, returning. What I was saying, my sister lives in Belgium, but she works for a company called Corning.
Yeah, QSL. Just ask around. Ask her. Maybe she heard me, or she saw me. Actually, at least she saw me, or maybe she even got perfume from me. It's a huge possibility, because you know I'm a little bit of a figure there in Brussels, for sure. Okay, Jeremy, thank you for the call. I'll take a few more callers in and then go QRT. It's getting pretty late, and I get a little bit of a dry throat, so I'll better go and get some drinks. Pleasure is all mine. Thank you so much for checking on me and coming also on the live stream and being part of the show. Thank you very much there, Jeremy. Enjoy the DX, and hopefully you can talk with me soon again. Maybe on 80 meters it's going to be a little bit better. I'm not sure, depending on the propagation over there as well. So, but pleasure is all mine there, Jeremy. Echo India 7, Hotel Romeo Bravo. This is Oscar November 7, Oscar Foxtrot Foxtrot. Waving a hand, God bless you, and stay safe, over.
Okay, good. Very nice talking to you this evening, and hope you will catch you further down the line. And I can hook you up on now and see what they can see live stream.
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much, dear Jeremy. God bless you. Talk to you soon. Any other stations? This is Oscar November 7, Oscar Foxtrot Foxtrot here in Brussels. Very good evening.
Whiskey 0, Lima. 9 Hotel 1, Lima Oscar.
Did I hear Kilo Papa India? I'm not sure. Kilo Papa India, over. Hey, how you doing there? Mike 6 Kilo Papa India. That's a surprise. Oh, okay, so you see, make the trip. I came on 40 meters on purpose because I know you cannot go on 80. Back to you. Yeah, QSL, Jason. You know, you're right about your call sign. It's a call sign you cannot miss. KPI. Very happy with that you got that one. So I just turned on Zello. So I said, okay, I'm gonna operate 40 meters tonight, and wanted to see if I can get a hold on you. And that's a surprise. I guess you're following also on the live stream there, Jason. Back to you. Okay, Jason, I'm not sure if you're still there. You're going into the ground floor QRM. The propagation isn't very good at the moment for me, but I have you in the ground floor QRM at the moment. Jason, thank you so much for giving a shout. I'm pretty sure there's going to be more opportunities where we can make a few more QSOs in better conditions. I've got a terrible high QRM ground floor. I think it's caused by the PLC of the neighbor. So it's causing me a signal strength of 8 of a ground floor. You can see it on the YouTube streaming, and it's terrible for me. Hey, Jason, you have a very good evening. I'm really happy that I made the first contact here on 40 meters with you, mate. You're making my evening, believe me. I'm so happy, and we'll discuss about it next time I hear you also on Zello there, mate. Mike 6 Kilo Papa India from Oscar November 7, Oscar Double Foxtrot, over. Over. Jason, I'll talk to you soon, I'm pretty sure. Get that higher license so you can have a little bit more power. 73, I'll talk to you soon. Mike 06 Kilo Papa India. This is Oscar November 7, Oscar Fox Fox. A very good evening, and stay safe, Jason. 73, bye-bye. I'll make one more call, and then I'll go QRT, guys. Anybody else out there who wants to talk with me? This is Oscar November 7, Oscar Double Foxtrot from Brussels here in Belgium. Okay, I'm going to take Lima X-ray there. Lima X-ray, make your call. Lima Oscar. Okay, Lima Oscar, make your call.
Okay, ON7OFF. This is Sunday here. Finally made it through. Not sure if but I think that this is the repeat on YouTube. But now you can see. That's a good call. I believe we had a QSO a couple of weeks ago. I don't have the log in front of me, but I remember discussing the perfumes and the chickens there. And your call can't be missed. I mean, ON7 on and off is something to be congratulated for. Okay, back to you, Ken.
Okay, QSL, Radio Alpha 6, Lima Oscar, Pavel. This is Oscar November 7, Oscar Double Foxtrot. Hey, thank you for calling back to me. I really appreciate. And yeah, a little bit of a QRM on your last transmission. I get some QRM from the ancient frequency. So some stations there on the ancient, the other frequency is giving me some QRM. No problem. But nice to hear you again, Pavel. Yeah, we had that QSO of the chicken there, absolutely. How is everything down your way? I hope you're doing fine, and I hope you're staying safe as well, because you know it's getting worse over here. I don't know how it's down your way, but yeah, I think we're going to a lockdown. I think maybe a couple of more days, and probably they're going to decide to lock everything down again. Anyway, we'll take it from the positive side, and we'll use the radio and stay corona-proof there. Back to you there, Romeo Alpha 6, Lima Oscar, from Oscar November 7, Oscar Double Foxtrot, over. Over. Okay, he seems to have lost you. I thought it was Romeo Alpha 6, Lima Oscar, if I'm mistaken with the call sign just correctly, or maybe it's Sierra Victor 7, I'm not sure. I come again? Yeah. Okay, negative contact. Okay, guys, I'm going to go QRT. Thank you for tuning into the live stream. Really appreciate. And maybe tomorrow I'll be on here again. I'll see if I can get some spare